Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tom and Tron present Edge Control. I'm Tron with my host Tom over there. And Tom, how much edging have you done this week, my friend?
I have done a little bit of edging actually. What have I been edging?
What have you been edging? That's
Myself,
a very good question.
mainly.
You've been edging yourself?
Yes.
How have you edged yourself, or do we not want to get into this?
Do you not know what edging is?
I do know what edging is.
Well, there you go then.
Okay. Fair enough. I haven't done too much edging. I've mainly been in bed this past week, so...
Yeah, Tron has been on the edge of death.
On the edge of death, yes.
Yeah, so...
And I've had vertigo, so it feels like I'm on the edge of a cliff every 5 minutes and I'm going to fall off. It's been a fun time this past week.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got an action-packed episode for you today.
Oh, it's going to be so action-packed. I don't know if this is going to be one big episode or 2 episodes or who knows what's going on.
4 episodes or 16, who knows?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, any big updates for you this week?
I'm leaving on Sunday.
Yes, he is.
Other
It's
than
very
that,
sad.
I have not really got anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get another episode recorded for you guys, so you've got one for next week as well. And then I might try and get some stuff recorded at home. We'll get some bits sent in from Theo as well.
Yes.
So he'll still be here, but
I will still be here.
We'll have some special guests from the UK. And yeah.
Yeah, the podcast might get a bit rogue.
Oh, it will get rogue.
Yeah. It's going to be worrying for me to listen to, but it's okay.
It's going to be phenomenal. But yeah. I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's going to be very sad. Let's get straight into it. So, we have decided to rank a top 10 of a subject without knowing what is in the subject. We'll do this and then we'll get into usual dumb tourists of the week, because this is what I'm most excited about.
Yes, a blind ranking. Some of you guys may have seen this on TikTok, where someone gets given a category and they get 10 things from that category, one after the other, after they've ranked them in order. Okay. So am I going for you first, or are you going for me first? Because I've got 3.
I'm going to go for you first. And I'll just come up with one on the fly later on.
All good.
So, mine is famous film and TV characters, or as I introduced it to Tom earlier, historical characters from film and TV.
I don't know why they're historical, but...
it sounds like a round for mastermind if you say it like that. So
yeah.
But the first character for you is going to be Barney the dinosaur.
Barney the purple dinosaur is going to go... I never really watched Barney as a kid, so
he's an
can't
elite
really
character.
talk to his work in the field or anything like that. His work rate, how he delivers or anything like that. I remember some various songs about him.
The one thing I worry about him is that he's quite a rotund dinosaur, so I don't really know what he's going to really offer, to be honest with you.
Are you saying fat people don't offer anything for you?
I'm going to say Barney the dinosaur doesn't really offer a whole bunch.
I was thinking putting him in at number 8.
But that's a decent one. Okay, next one. We've got an athletic boy this time. We got Mowgli from the Jungle Book is coming in now.
Mowgli from the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. Who was that written by? Rudyard Kipling?
I don't have a clue who it was written by.
Yeah, I think it was Rudyard Kipling.
I just remember some absolute banger songs.
I want to put Mowgli because he's just a boy.
He's a
bit decrepit and a bit...
He's decrepit?
Well, he's grown up with animals.
Oh, he has, yeah. He can't really speak that.
He's a bit like little James. He's just grown up with animals and got no sense of common decency, to be honest.
It does sound about right.
So I'm putting him at 4.
Oh, at 4. That's high. Okay, the next one to talk about doesn't really have much common decency or whatever. Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean is the GOAT. Mr. Bean is going straight to number 1. You can't argue with Mr. Bean.
Yeah, that man he's a great guy. He's a legend of the game, some might say. And the next one, James Bond.
Oh, now I wish I put Mr. Bean at 2. James Bond makes some phenomenal films. He's been in the industry for so much longer than anyone else here.
Yeah.
So I think Mr. Jimmy Bond has to be at number 2.
Okay. And now.
Speaking of James Bond, I'm going on a bit of a rogue one.
Go for it.
Do you remember the film Casino Royale?
I never watched it. It's awful for me.
Alright, don't worry then. Yep, so that's not going anywhere.
The only James Bond film I watched is Skyfall, and I just know that from I fell asleep halfway through it and got really bored.
You're useless, you are.
I was on a flight, to be fair, coming back from Canada.
I wanted to rank movies with Tron at some point, but he's not watched anything, so it's tricky.
The next character we've got is Big Bird from the Muppets. Oh no, is it from the Muppets or from Sesame Street? Or is Sesame Street the Muppets? I think it's all the same thing.
Oh, I don't really know, but...
Do you know who Big Bird is?
Vaguely, going at 10.
It's basically
irrelevant.
a Big Bird. Fair enough. Next we have Scrooge from The Christmas Carol.
I don't like Charles Dickens, he's going at 8.
Okay. Have you watched Scrooge, like the Muppets Christmas Carol by any chance? It's a great movie. Just saying.
Is it?
It's 10 out of 10.
Is it?
It is.
No, it's not.
It's great. It's so good.
It's okay at best.
It's a big part of my childhood, that one. Talk about the Muppets, we got Kermit again coming in.
9.
You're not a big fan of Kermit?
I don't like the Muppets, man.
Oh, okay. Next we've got the big dog himself, Aslan from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Going in at number 3, I believe. I'm putting Aslan.
It's a very good guy. And then we have 2 great ones to finish on. Mrs. Brown from Mrs. Brown's Boys. She's coming in. Or should I say he's coming in?
If I had anywhere to put her lower, I would. But the lowest I can put her is number 6 now.
Oh no. And then the final one is Ted from his only film. Well, it's 2 films named after him. Ted.
Yeah, number 5. Looking at that list now, maybe I would have shuffled Mr. Bean around and Mowgli around and Mrs. Brown at the bottom.
So what is the full list now?
At number 1 we got Mr. Bean.
Nice.
Number 2 we got James Bond. Then we got Aslan. Then we got Mowgli. Then we got Ted, Mrs. Brown, Barney, Scrooge, Kermit and Big Bird.
Fair enough, that's a decent list.
Yeah. I've now got one for Tron.
Oh dear.
And
okay.
I'm going to go with one of my first ones. I'm just going to go nice and simple. We're going with sports.
Okay.
So the first sport I'm giving you.
Yep.
I'm going to give you rounders.
Oh, rounders. Okay, so rounders is a quality sport. It can get quite violent though, from what I've seen. Little side note: we were playing a fun rounders tournament at my primary school, and some guy tries to twat somebody in the head with a rounders bat, throw it at somebody. Very lethal instruments they are. I would say rounders. We're gonna go for a solid 6.
Solid 6 for rounders. I can get behind that. Next, I've got ice hockey.
Oh, 2.
Ice
Easy.
hockey at 2.
We don't really need to go much into that one, do we?
Next, I've got netball.
Let's go 8. I do apologise. I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh, disappointing. Should be higher up. Then we've got cricket.
That's going to be a 3. Of course, because cricket. Even at England have lost the Ashes. We love cricket.
Then we've got the F1.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm going to put the F1. I'm going to put it in at 7. Hopefully there's going to be better sports.
Only at 7. Interesting. Baseball.
5.
NFL.
We're going to go 4 with NFL.
Basketball.
Oh, it's a 10. It's horrific to watch. It's horrible to watch.
Football.
It's got to be number 1, I would say. Definitely.
You might regret that.
Why?
Because at number 10 we've got skiing.
Oh, skiing's at 9 then.
Oh, that's outrageous.
No.
That's outrageous.
Oh dear, this is an outrageous list. So we've got football 1, ice hockey 2, cricket 3, NFL 4, baseball 5, rounder 6, F1 7, netball 8, skiing 9, disappointing, and 10 is basketball. I think you should be happy that netball's above basketball, by the way.
Oh, it should be.
That's a win for every netball player around the world. Because basketball is just a more boring version of netball,
it is.
I'd say.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I'll give you another one of my ones now.
Okay.
We've got body parts now.
Oh my god, okay.
10 body parts.
Oh Jesus, I'm ready. Okay.
We're going to start pretty easy. We're going to go with knees.
Knees. Okay. So you need your knees for a lot of things. They're used for bending, of course, with the kneecaps and everything. If you don't have any knees, you can't really do a whole bunch.
Yep.
So I'm going to put them in 5 because I feel like there's going to be some stuff that I'm going to need a little bit more later on down the road. So
I'm going to go with next thing. Arms.
Arms. Oh, you need your arms as well. They're very helpful in a lot of things. Again. In my profession, though, could I ski without my arms? I probably could.
You can't ski with them, so...
No, you can't, exactly. So they're not really that needed.
I think they are. I think they are.
But for everyday life, they're needed.
I think for skiing they are needed. Because without your arms, you've got nothing to help stabilise your upper body.
That's very true.
Limit the rotation there.
But what is more useful, knees or arms?
Knees.
But then for everyday life, what's
Knees.
more useful? Okay. First.
You can't get anywhere without legs.
Arms are going to go in 6 because we do still need them.
I don't know, because then you could be in a wheelchair, but then you need arms, don't you? So would you rather be able to walk around but not have arms, or would you rather be wheelchair bound but have arms?
It's a tough. I'm just going to go knees at 5, arms at 6.
Fair enough.
It's a tough one. This is a tough one right now.
The next we've got
is
myself. Shoulders.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go in a solid 9 in my shoulders. They are important, but realistically, without your arms, you don't really need your shoulders.
Yeah.
So we're going to go 9.
I can get behind that. You could just be a triangle-shaped pyramid.
Yep.
With a head just hooking up on top.
Yep, that sounds like a great time.
At 4, we've got toes.
Toes. Oh. So they're very useful for balance, something that I've lacked a lot so far this week.
Yes.
So without my toes, I'll be right up Schitt's Creek. But I'm going to go for a 7 with the toes. Below knees and arms.
I've now got nose.
Okay. To smell things. How much do I like smelling things? That's the question.
Well, knowing some of the lunches you've had.
And then knowing having to pick up shit on the floor at the
throwing
hotel.
It around and dropping
throwing it around and dropping it, yeah, and all that good stuff. I'm going to go for a 10 because I don't really need to smell.
Fair enough.
I put smells and not nose. I put smells.
And then we've got fingers.
Fingers. Again, they're about as useful as toes. If I don't have any arms, what's the point in having fingers? Because I'll just be like a dinosaur with like weird little
stumps,
fingers and stumps, and I won't be able to do anything with them. I'll be like, yeah, you can imagine what I'm doing right now. I won't be able to do it. So I'm going to go at 8 right now.
Now I've got legs.
I'm legs. Slightly more important than knees, because when we say legs, we're including like the whole leg
from the femur
down. That would be pretty useful. You'd be pretty useless without your legs, to be honest with you.
You're calling disabled people useless?
No, I'm just saying. You're trying to cancel me here, sir. I just mean like there isn't much I can really do. I'm thinking for myself. Would I be able to ski? You can ski without legs, but I would prefer to ski, if I had the choice, to ski with legs.
Fair enough.
So we're going to go 2nd for legs because I feel like they're kind of important.
Nice.
Okay, what's next?
Eyes.
Nice. I can survive without seeing, and I do wear glasses, of course, currently, so my eyes don't work that well anyways. So we're going to go for a solid 4 because it would be nice to see.
Yeah.
If you can't see, then...
And then we've got ears.
It's kind of trouble. Ears, you do need to be able to hear. I wish I put eyes above ears now. Ears are going to go up 3.
But and then we've got the mouth.
Oh, that's at number 1 apparently. The mouth is at number 1. You have to eat things. If you aren't able to eat things, you can't really stay alive. So... You need to eat things. Unless you're fed by a drip or whatever, that would be kind of horrible though. But the final standings on mouth.
You could just consume it anally.
You could. I always thought you were going to put some rogue stuff on there, like bum or penis, and I was going to say, and that would have been near the top with how I ranked it, which would have been interesting. But in number 1 we have mouth. That's a shocking choice from me.
Yep.
2 legs, 3 ears, 4 eyes, 5 knees, 6 arms, 7 toes. Sounds like I'm describing somebody. He's got 7 toes, 8 fingers, 9. What did I write there? 9 shoulders. That would be very weird. And 10 noses.
Nice. You can smell well, and you can
smell well. You can't really do a whole bunch else.
You can shrug and smell.
You can shrug 9 different times and smell 10 different times.
On the subject of body parts, I've got a question for you.
Oh God!
Would you rather have a uni toe on each foot, where you've just got one big toe,
one big toe
on each foot, with a big nail as well?
Oh, okay.
Or one big, like your front 4 teeth, are uni teeth. Top and bottom.
I think the second one with the uni teeth would be they'd be more useful than one big toe.
I don't think it would be a problem having uni teeth because
you could just chomp really well. It'd be a great
and also
toe.
it's going to be easy to clean your teeth,
exactly.
isn't it?
But then it would be a bit weird.
Oh, it would look weird.
If you were smiling and you just got this. Yeah.
It would look
when you could hide your massive uni toe.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to balance properly, would you?
I can't do that.
You'd essentially have a sausage on the end of each foot.
You'd just be falling over all over the place. Yeah. I'm gonna go with uni teeth because I feel like we should have that.
We should
make our lives
to have them,
easy. Yeah, we should. Now, my final list I've got for you. This is runs at the Lake Louise Ski Resort.
Oh, yes.
But I've added certain conditions to these runs. So the first one we have is Gondi pitching a waxy after a long weekend.
But you've definitely got Bobcat in there, haven't you? Oh.
Do I though? Do I have Bobcat in there?
Oh, Gondi pitch wee waxy is not something you want to be skiing. I'm going to put that at 9.
Okay.
Gondi pitch after a long weekend. Yep.
The next one we have is Eye Gully on a powder day.
I've never actually done that.
Neither.
But I imagine it's phenomenal. So that's going at number 1.
Cool. Next one, you already called it, is Bobcat, of course.
Yeah, that's a 10. There's nothing worse than Bobcat.
Just Bobcat normally.
Bobcat.
You don't even need to specify
early
any
season
conditions.
Bobcat is okay. Because
Any
there's no
other time?
horrific bumps.
Oh, this is not early season Bobcat.
This
is normal season Bobcat.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
Okay. Next one we have is Big 7, when cheese grater is fully showing, aka this season.
Oh, Big 7 with cheese grater.
Big 7
I don't know
with
what
cheese
else
grater.
is coming up. I'm going to put that at 6.
Okay. Next one we have is Ptarmigan after a week of not being groomed, with the big boy bumps.
That's fun. That's going at like 3.
Good choice.
No groom.
Ptarmigan no groom, week of bumps.
Oh, that's what I was skiing on my both development courses. My 3 actually.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Next one we have Sunset Terrace, first lap on BVK in the morning.
So we're talking first like BVK warm up or BVK?
BVK warm up. First lap in the morning.
Just morning session.
Morning session BVK Sunset
Fresh
Terrace.
groom?
Fresh groom. First people down it.
That's going at 2.
Good.
Sunset on a fresh. Oh, but this season it was icy as balls, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
Previous season it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Is it icy or is it not icy?
Freshly groomed, that's all I'm going to tell you.
Sunset on the fresh groom then.
Okay.
That's going at 2.
Next one we have Cameron's Way on Christmas Day.
What does that mean?
Just on a busy day, Cameron's Way on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day isn't normally busy, is it? It was deserted last year.
Think about it. I'm giving you runs and time of days and time of year.
I'm going to put that at 7. Cameron's at Christmas.
I think it would be a vibe. In my personal opinion.
Yep.
The next one, of course, we have Headwall.
Headwall bowl. I like a bit of Headwall bowl.
Yeah.
I like a bit of head too.
No specified conditions. Headwall, just Headwall.
I'm putting that at 5. Headwall.
Good. It's actually one of my favourites.
It's a good run. That's where I did my level 2 free run.
Like that from the top of Summit all the way down. If you hug the fence, you don't hit any rocks, and it's just nice. It gets pretty steep as well in places when you're teaching BVK and bumpy. Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah.
But they're not huge bumps. They're reasonable, quite rhythmical bumps.
Exactly.
You can show off quite a lot.
We've only got 2 more, I believe, if I've done my maths correctly.
Yep.
The next one is Whitehorn 1, normal season. So not many rocks are showing.
So that's Rodney's, isn't it?
Rodney's and above.
That's
as in like Whitehorn 1.
Whitehorn 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's going in at 4.
And the last one we have is men's downhill the day after the World Cup race.
Oh yeah, that's at 8. Fuck that. Fuck that right off. Men's downhill after
the one day after the race.
I mean, not that we'd be allowed to use it. That'd be fucking bulletproof and dangerous.
With the blue line still showing, even though they showed every day last year if you looked in the right places.
Yeah, but
the blue lines are still ready there.
You've seen it's not coming back to Lake.
It's not, is it?
Not this year, anyway.
That shouldn't mean that they'll be able to move some of the snowmaking around just a little bit.
If
hopefully.
they finish building houses for all the fucking snowmakers.
I just read on Global News right now that quite a few of the workers have been laid off from the summer after they lost their home.
I can imagine.
Which was great. Your final list here.
I've got Eye Gully on a Pow Day. I've got Sunset on the Fresh Groom. I've got Ptarmigan on the No Groom. I've got Whitehorn 1 at 4. Headwall at 5. Big 7 with Cheese Grater at 6. 7 is Cameron's at Christmas. Don't really know what that means. 8 is Men's Downhill after the World Cup. 9 is Gondi Pitch after a long weekend. And 10 is Bobcat.
I think that's a decent list right there.
I think I've got that pretty much bang on.
Yeah.
If I was to look at that now, the only maybe things I'd switch around, to be honest, maybe Ptarmigan and Whitehorn are getting switched.
And would you still have Men's Downhill above Gondi Pitch on a long weekend?
Yes, because there's no one else going to be on the run.
Very true. When you can sidestep down the whole Men's Downhill if you were.
And again, my edges.
Not that you'd really be able to sidestep.
My edges won't have been destroyed either by that point in the season.
And
so.
Gondi Pitch after a long weekend, you can't really move. To be honest with you,
it's just disgusting.
And it's just ice.
It's dangerous to be on.
It is. Did you see the rivers on it at the end of the season?
No, because I finished up April. Well, my last day on skis was April 15th this season.
There were just rivers everywhere. I think I finished around about the same time. Even like February or March, there were just little rivers.
Really? Fuck.
Just in like blue ice and rivers and everything on Gondi Pitch was horrific.
That's not good at all.
And Cameron's Way is actually easier to ski. Anyway, do you have one
I've got one more for you, and this is...
Is this the Rogue one?
The top 10 walls.
Okay, I don't know my walls that well. I wasn't around for many of them either.
Well, you're just going to put them in the list, and then we'll go into them afterwards, and I'll tell you what each of them was.
Okay, and we have to note them down again. I keep forgetting. Okay.
So the first one I'm going to give you is the Second Punic War.
Okay, I'm going to try and guess what the Second Punic War is. So that was the first one.
Yeah,
of course, because it has to be. I don't know if there was ones after this one. But if something's really good, you do it twice. So we're going to go the second... Is it Punic War?
Punic War.
It's got an absolutely great name. So we're going to put it at 2.
Cool. Now I've got the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Okay. Well, invasions... if this was to do with Henry V invading Paris and taking Paris, he would be at number 1. But the Soviets invading, however, is a different story. I don't really like the Soviets, so we're going to chuck them down.
First. Tron hates commies.
Soviets invade Afghanistan at 10. Just because I don't like either of those countries.
Why don't you like Afghanistan?
It's too warm for me, man. I need snow.
There's skiing in Afghanistan.
I'm sure there is also skiing in Iran.
Yeah, they've got big mountains.
They do, yeah.
The next one I've got is Queen Anne's War.
Okay, well they're fighting over a queen. Happens a lot in Old England. Fighting over women always happens, especially in Banff. So Queen Anne's War. Is there fighting over? There's no land in the name or no countries in the name. So we're gonna put it at 8 because it just got a boring name, realistically.
The next thing we've got is the Third Crusade.
Okay, so again, the logic I used earlier of so good, they've done it twice. This one's so good, they had to do it 3 times. And obviously we know who's in charge of the Crusades. I don't know if he's in charge of this one, but Richard the Lionheart. And for him alone, we're going to put the Third Crusade at number 3 because it makes sense.
The next we've got is the First Crusade.
Okay, so now we're getting to the point of whether the original was better. What's the word when you redo something like
sequel.
A movie? Yeah, was the original better than the sequels? That's the question. The fact they had to go 2 more times, I'm going to say a no.
Fair enough.
It's a little bit like, I was going to use Home Alone as an example, but Home Alone 1 is goated, the rest of them are a bit.
Home Alone 2 is pretty good.
Home Alone 2 is good.
But then they get a new kid and it's shit.
Yeah, the new kid's a bit boring, isn't he?
Yeah.
But, yeah, did they go again for the Third Crusade because the first was such a good success, or did they just try again because the first kind of was shit? Is the question. I'm going to go the first.
I'm not giving you the answers yet.
At 6.
Cool.
Okay.
The next I've got is the Napoleonics.
Okay, Napoleon, the big man himself. We're going to put him at number 4.
Cool.
And he lost eventually, so...
Yeah, we did him in.
Yeah, we did.
Twice.
Twice.
Then we've got the War of 1812.
Okay, So I'm hoping by the name that they fought for the entire year of 1812, because that would be a great time. I don't know where this was or what they're fighting over. So, and it sounds like a pretty bad novel. The War of 1812. So we're going to go at number 9 for 1812.
The next one we've got is the Greco-Persian Wars.
Okay, I know who these are between. So Greco, I'm going to guess, is Greek.
Yep.
And Persian is
Persian.
from Persia.
Yeah.
And Persian. So we're going to go 7th for this one. Because it's a local rivalry. It's a little bit like when Millwall and West Ham start fighting.
Fair enough. And the next
Do
one
love a
I've
good local
got
rivalry.
is the 100 Years' War.
Okay, I'm happy I've got 1 and 2 left. The 100 Years' War lasted for 100 years.
What lasted for more than 100 years.
Hence the name. Even better. Number 1. Was the Battle of Agincourt on 100 Years' War?
Yes.
Exactly. It's number 1. It's number 1.
And then we've got the Korean War.
The Korean War. That's technically still ongoing.
Well,
they just had
the initial
stalemate. Oh, the initial one. Okay.
The initial.
I'm going to go for 2nd
burst.
for the Korean War.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm sorry if I've offended you by putting your particular favourite war lower down or higher up on the list. I myself am not a big fan of a lot of these wars.
Do you want me to tell you what each of them are? And what they were
no, I'm
over?
going to tell you. I'm going to give you my ranking first.
Yep.
And then when I say the ranking, I want you to give me a little brief description of the war.
Cool.
So number 1 is 100 Years' War.
Oh, we know what that was.
We know
England
that
and
one.
France.
Yeah. Battle of Agincourt fought for well over 100
Henry
years.
V taking Paris. Lots of good conflicts there.
Great time. Number 2, we've got the Korean War. North Korea, South Korea, I'm guessing, and how it all came to be.
It mainly took place between 1950 to 53.
Oh, decent 3 years there.
There were Brits there, there were Yanks there, Aussies there.
All kinds of people there.
Kiwis there.
Okay, number
there.
3, we have the Third Crusade.
The Third Crusade.
The question was this better than the original?
Good
That is the big question I have.
I believe the Third Crusade had...
Did this one have Richard the
I believe
Lionhearter?
it did, yes.
I'm quite pleased with my ranking so far.
It was led by Philip II of France, Richard I, the Lionheart of England, and Frederick I, Holy Roman Emperor, to reconquer the Holy Land.
Oh, so 3 of the main kings in Europe.
Yes, result. Crusader military victory, resulting in a 3-year truce.
To reconquer the Holy Land. Lovely jubbly. Number 4 is the Napoleonic War.
Napoleonic, we know what that was.
Where Napoleon got done in. The 5th one is the Second Punic War. I definitely did not spell that right. But
how did you spell it?
P-U-N.
Yep.
I-C-H.
That would be Punich.
Yeah, it sounded better like that.
Get rid of the H.
K, I'm guessing.
No, just get rid of the H.
Oh, it's just a C.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so close.
It was fought between Carthage and Rome between 218 to 201 BC.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, for 17 years.
That's 17. That's a decent effort.
Yeah.
It's number 5 though. I don't know why it's a number 5. Number 6, we have the original Crusade, the first one.
First Crusade. Result: Crusader victory. They successfully captured Jerusalem and the Crusader states.
Wow. Okay, well that was better than the third one then. Oh wow. 7, we have the Greco-Persian War. I almost said Prussian War, but the Prussian War was a different one.
Greco-Persian Wars.
Exactly. We know who was
did 50 years that one.
It's a decent effort. Number 8 is the Queen Anne War. Only because it didn't have a cool name.
Queen Anne's War was
While they fighting over
a series of French and Indian wars fought in North America involving the colonial empires of Great Britain, France and Spain. It took place during the reign of Anne, Queen of Britain. Elsewhere, it is in the US, they refer to it as the Queen Anne's War. Everywhere else, it's regarded as part of the War of Spanish Succession.
Okay. Well, I don't really know much about that, so there we go.
Did 13 years. Result: British victory.
Big up. Number 9, we have 1812, the War of 1812.
War of 1812. This one was when the Yanks decided to try and come into Canada.
Ah.
And the Brits went, fuck that.
Go away, Canada's arse.
And we ended up burning down the White House, I believe.
Ah, it's sad that it's only at number 9. I do love a good White House burning.
Yeah. Damage to the United States Capitol after the burning of Washington.
Sounds like a great time. I don't know how much I like my list now, but the 100 Years' War at the top I think is a good decision.
Yeah.
And the final one we have Soviets invade Afghanistan.
The Soviet invasion.
The Soviets do love a good invasion
of Afghanistan.
As we know currently.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. We love that. I love the fact that it didn't work. Hence why it's number 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't work. Went on for 9 years.
9 years. What were the years of these 9 years?
79 to 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I wouldn't describe it as very nice, but
no, not. I'd say my list was very nice. 100 Years War at the top, very nice.
Cool. The next thing we've got a few other things to throw in our definitive leaderboard of everything.
Are we going to do Dumb Tourist of the Week first?
Do that afterwards.
Okay.
Finish.
I don't think I have the Dumb Tourist of the Week.
One. I've got another person who stabbed himself with a knife.
Oh, we can hear about that.
Yeah.
Obviously I was in bed, so I guess I was the Dumb Tourist of the Week.
It's probably from holding all that poo and throwing it around last week.
It probably was, exactly. Anyways, tier list.
The first
leaderboard of everything.
To go in the leaderboard of everything is Project Alpha.
Project Alpha. For those of you who know about Project Alpha,
you know
it is a great spy mission that is currently ongoing. Results have yet to come to fruition.
Results are looking positive,
but we are holding out for good results.
Yes.
We took the test last week. We're still waiting for them back. Client, were you waiting for your GCSE exam results to come back? It's a stage right now.
It will conclude soon.
And it's out of our hands, sadly.
Yes.
We're some of the masterminds behind it. It's out of our hands.
The boots on the ground are doing what they can, and we're just sat there.
We're just there. Yeah.
We can give guidance, but nothing else.
Exactly. We can't. You can't. Now, what's that thing? You can't take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Something like that.
You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Exactly. That's us right now.
Is Project Alpha better or worse than Rufus Rice?
Worse than Rufus Rice. Sorry, Rufus
How
Rice is
about
good.
Pitbull?
Jesus, this tier list get too good. Is it better than Pitbull? I don't think it is better than Pitbull.
Is it better than South Sudan?
I would have to say it's better than South Sudan.
So is it better than Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers?
I have never watched Lord of the Rings. So.
I'm going to put it below Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Okay, you know more about Lord of the Rings than
me. So it's going in at number 19 so far.
Project Alpha. Okay. We added a load of stuff last week that I don't think actually made it to air.
No, it did. I got rid of those bits. I took it back out.
Okay, good. It didn't make it to air then.
Cool. Then we've got the next one I've got is lukewarm soda pop.
It's going to be Christian Horner level, near Christian Horner.
I think it's better. It's just disappointing,
it's better
isn't
than
it?
Christian
Horner I have an active despising for. Okay, this is just disappointing.
So what is near my haircut? What is below my haircut?
Below your haircut, we've got the looks of Lake Louise ski instructors.
Okay, I would say it's worse than the looks of Lake Louise ski instructors.
Banff toilets.
There are some great Banff toilets.
Exactly.
So it's got to be below that.
Is it better or worse than Fanta?
I mean, we're talking about
they're pretty
lukewarm.
Yeah.
Fanta,
it's got to be worse. That's just.
It's got to be worse because Fanta you can put in a fridge.
Yes. Lukewarm soda
pop. Below that.
Is it better or worse than Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Both of them don't have much flavour to them.
Yeah.
Kind of bland. Kind of disappointing. Dwayne does have a little bit going for him because he does have a lot of money. But so do these.
The people who make the lukewarm soda pop.
Lukewarm soda pops. I'm going to say the lukewarm soda pops is one above Dwayne the Rock Johnson, in my opinion.
Between geckos and Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The next thing we've got is hangovers.
Hangovers.
Is hangovers better than lukewarm soda pop in a can? Are hangovers better?
I would say no.
Are they better than dumb tourists?
There has been a lot of dumb tourists. So I would have to say they're better than dumb tourists.
Are they better than Lil Durk?
Rap talking about a 6-year-old kid, a 5-year-old kid. I would say they've got to be better than Lil Durk, surely.
Better than Lil Durk, so they are between. Hangovers are between Lil Durk and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh wow, that's a great place to be in between.
Yeah, that's a weird sandwich.
That is a very weird
Eiffel
sandwich.
Tower going on there. Next, we've got a ghost poo.
A ghost poo.
A ghost poo.
Can you describe what
so
the ghost poo is?
is where you go and you do your poo. It comes out in one solid log.
Yep.
And then you go to wipe.
And
you
there's
do one
just nothing
wipe
there.
and it's clean.
Oh, that's some serious satisfaction right there.
This has got to be close to the top. Is it better or worse than Pat Lynch?
It's ghost poo better than Pat Lynch. So I don't know how we're gonna rank these two. How we're gonna sort it out to see who's better or worse. Because ghost poo doesn't really have much banter to it. But
when you have one,
when it's very good. And do you always feel satisfied after a Pat Lynch session? Though that's the question.
Sometimes I feel infuriated.
Exactly. After a ghost poo, you never feel infuriated. It's always height of satisfaction. So I'd say it's gonna have to be one above Pat Lynch, maybe.
So
It's a
between
tough
the
call.
Green Children of Woolpit and Pat Lynch,
I would say that's a great slot for the ghost poo to go in there.
the ghost poo.
The Green Children of Woolpit making an appearance again.
Then we've got Skimming Stones.
Oh, this has got to be pretty high.
Is
I
it
do
better or
Skimming
worse
Stones.
than a Greg sausage roll? You get that good skim and it goes for 8 or 8, 9 plus.
Yeah, but with a Greg sausage roll though, you can get 4 of them for like £2. It was the
But the
best
stones
deal
are free.
ever known to man. But the issue with skimming, you got to find a great lake to be able to do it on. That's very still and everything. Like the best of the base lake I did it on was one of them in the Lake District. I can't remember which one.
I did it on Mini Wanker the other day.
Oh, nice. It's good fun.
It is good fun.
I would say one above Greg sausage roll.
One above Greg, so between Greg sausage roll and cheese.
Okay, maybe below Greg sausage roll. I don't
So
like it being that close to cheese.
Between Greg sausage roll and Little James levitating upside down with his feet out.
Yes, that is exactly where Skimming Stones belongs.
Skimming Stones.
One above Little James levitating with his feet out. Exactly.
Next we've got Jose Mourinho.
If I prefer not to speak.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
I'm in big trouble.
Big trouble.
Yeah, if I say anything bad about him, I feel like he's going to come and get me. He's got to be very high. I first of all, I would like to put him near Pat Lynch.
Above Pat Lynch?
One above Pat Lynch, I would say.
So between Pat Lynch and the Ghost Poo?
Because how high is he for you?
I would say he goes maybe a little higher. I think he goes between Burning Things on a Fire and the Green Children of Woolpit.
Wow. So you're telling me, is Jose Mourinho better than Green Children of Woolpit? Is what you're telling me right now.
Did the Green Children of Woolpit ever win a Champions League with Porto?
No. But has Jose Mourinho ever been green and just eating vegetables? No, just eating beans. Has Jose Mourinho competed like that? But can the Children of Woolpit get it done on a wet and windy night at Stoke? Is the other question.
I don't think so.
Jose Mourinho could.
Yeah.
No, I'd say one above the Children of Woolpit.
Yeah, Burning Things on a Fire.
Yeah, he's definitely not as good as Burning Things on a Fire.
No. He likes setting things on fire. But
He does.
Good. The next thing we've got is Mrs. Brown's Boys, and I believe that could be a contender for one of the worst things ever.
I do love Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Really?
Just because of the comedic element.
What comedic element? What comedic element?
It used to make me giggle a little bit.
What, when you were like 2?
Yes, when I was 2 and just freshly come out the womb as well.
You freshly come out the womb at 2?
Yeah, what can I say? I didn't want to have to... Rent was free, so I stayed there for a while. Food was free. The thing about Mrs. Brown Boys is the great episodes were absolutely amazing, but the shit ones.
I believe it is worse
horrific.
than practicing the recorder until year 9.
Well, we're down that.
We're down the bottom 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Where do you want it?
I feel like that's where you want it, so we can place it there. But it was a big
where do you want it? You gotta.
I'm not claiming it was good. It was just a big part of my childhood.
Just like practicing the recorder until
Exactly.
year 9.
So I feel like that is where it belongs.
Fair enough.
Looking back, it was a mistake watching it for that long. But
Yeah.
did it bring me happiness? Sometimes.
Cool. What's that? it. That is all the ones I've got. Have you got any nominations to go in?
Oh, do I have any nominations? No, I don't think so actually. Not for this week. We can add some as we go, but I don't have any off the top of my head.
We might throw a couple in later on, but for now I think we're all clear.
Actually, no, I do have one.
Oh, yeah.
Something that I'm currently scranning on. Some crackers.
The toppables.
Yes. So these aren't the normal crackers that we have in the UK, like Jacob's cream crackers.
They're similar to Ritz crackers, though.
They're very similar to Ritz's. And I do have to say they're very tasty. They've been keeping me alive for about 4 days.
I think they can go above Aidan Corey's nose.
Yes,
Are they
I would
going
say
higher
so.
though?
I would say they'd be just above Aidan Corey's nose.
So between South Sudan and Aidan Corey's nose.
I don't know what Aidan Corey's nose tastes like, and I know these probably taste better than Aidan Corey's nose. And again, South Sudan, you can't really taste the whole of South Sudan, so we're going to go.
Yeah.
South Sudan probably does taste better.
I don't know. It might taste dusty.
There's probably more crackers in South Sudan in one box I've got here. So we're going to go on that logic.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I also saw a great review. Shout out to producer Ash. He obviously listened to the podcast and just said, "Oh, the podcast was funny," and then put a bit Aidan Corey's nose and just laughing faces. So there we go. Shout out to producer Ash for.
Where was that? Was that direct to you?
That was direct to me. Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Should we put producer Ash in the tier list?
Producer Ash is going in the tier list now.
Well, we can put him in the looks of lately ski instructors.
Yes.
You know what? I think he could be at the top.
Is he Serge though?
Serge wishes he was Ash.
It's very true. Ash
He's only be able to walk up the stairs again.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I always get worried hearing Serge walk up and down the stairs. Ash does have some luscious locks to him.
He does, and he's got a lovely beard.
He's a lovely man as well. I'd say I can get behind a one.
A one?
Ash, I can get behind that.
Nice. He's in the looks of Lake Louise ski instructors.
There we go, producer Ash.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it on the leaderboard of everything.
Yes,
now.
I think moving on to dumb tourist of the week again.
Yes,
I think it's a bit of a week.
It is a bit of a week. I'm going to quickly rack my brain to see if I have any.
I've just got another similar one to tourists stabbing themselves.
Give us the lowdown on tourists stabbing themselves.
Tourist opened a knife, looked at the knife, stabbed themselves. So we sanitised the knife.
Were they American by any chance again?
No, these ones were of Middle Eastern descent.
Okay. Oh, I do have one for dumb tourists of the week actually.
Oh, you hear Middle Eastern descent?
No. These aren't of Middle Eastern descent. They are from Eastern Asia descent. East Asian. So Japan,
Southeast
China, and I don't want to assume where they're from, but they're from over in that area of the world, and they didn't have much English to speak, bless them. So first of all, there's two elevators. One takes you up to the restaurant at the hotel. One of them takes you actually to the guest rooms. Okay, they're there with all of these bags that they quite clearly could just be rolling along by themselves or carrying, but no, they've got it on these massive bell carts trying to get it into the elevator. They try and go into the wrong elevator. I say, no, you've got to get in this one. And they all flock in, but leave the car outside. So there they are trying to pull open the door,
no.
and they're trying to pull it in, and the door keeps from trying to shut. The elevator's like beeping and alarming at this point, and it's all going crazy. And then the bellman runs over, eventually gets them out, literally talks to them as if they're just school children, and say, everyone out. That's the door shut. The elevator's like being stupid because obviously it's not going to be open that long. Finally get him in, and he's like, everyone get in, pushes a cart in with them. Okay, so they finally get in the elevator, and then I'm trying to call it because I'm trying to get in the next elevator. It takes them about 10 minutes to get out of it by the looks of it, because I'm still calling it, and the elevator's just not coming. I'm just like, either they've broken it or they're just stuck in it again. So yeah, and also I wasn't here for this, but yesterday a tourist dropped their phone in the elevator shaft.
Oh,
so
did you manage that?
Just tourists with elevators is this week.
I think they can win.
Yeah,
because it's a bit repetitive from my one.
Yeah, I would say tourists with elevators.
I'm happy to give them the W.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Not
stuff.
a great week, but that was the only day I was at work, so it was very eventful having that. That's
nice.
the only day I was at work. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that brings this section to an end. We'll be back in a minute. Hello and welcome back to this section of today's episode. I don't know what number this is, but yes, let's go. It's Court of Tom and Tron time. Judge Tron, are you ready?
I am. I'm ready for some very serious judging on people and incidents and events.
Fair enough.
And I'm here with a lot of big sentences to hand out to these people today.
Nice.
Are you ready to hand out some big sentences? Okay, let's get straight to it.
I have been with my partner for 2 years, and she's always been vocal about how much she hates cheating, and it's something she could never forgive after her ex-boyfriend cheated on her. One of my friends cheated on his partner, and my girlfriend ranted for a while about how awful he was. Again, I agree that he shouldn't have cheated, etc., and didn't try to condone his behaviour. My girlfriend went on a night out with 3 of her friends. All of them are in relationships. The next morning, my girlfriend was talking about the night and kept talking about how one of her friends kept going up to random guys, dancing with them, having her arms around them. She said it looked like she tried to kiss one of them, but they said no. My girlfriend said all of this while joking about the night. I mentioned that her friends cheat then, or at least trying to be, and I feel bad for her boyfriend and that he deserves to know. My girlfriend disagreed and said she isn't a cheat since nothing happened. So I asked my girlfriend if she would be happy with me dancing with random women on a night out and trying to kiss one of them. She said no, but that's different. I just pointed out that she's seeming to condone cheating when it's her friends or when it's women cheating, but if it's a man or someone she doesn't know, then she's immediately disgusted by cheating. I pointed out it's a double standard / hypocritical of her to say she hates cheats, but then brush past her friend trying to cheat on her partner. She said I'm wrong and that I'm out of line for calling her a hypocrite. How would you handle this?
Bloody hypocrite. That's what it sounds like.
What you need to do is... No, careful.
Be careful. Be careful here, Tom.
No, it is just hypocritical, really.
Yeah. Double standards. Just because it's your friend doing it.
Yeah.
At least have a you don't really need to have a word with them, whatever, because it's not really your
have a word,
place.
Mate.
Can I pull you for a chat, please? Can I pull you for a chat?
Have a fucking word with him,
cat playing tonight. So you could pull him for a chat, but realistically, the man in this situation, the husband, whatever he is, the boyfriend, he's totally in the right for saying there's double standards here.
I would want to know.
Yeah, I would want to know if that was going on. Because just because you're going up and dancing with girls, and imagine you're in a lovely, happy relationship, which of course you're not right now, but imagine you were, Tom.
Yes.
And you heard that your lovely missus at the time was cuddling up to little James Longquist, levitating his feet out with Sasquatch. Would you be happy? But she's just there admiring his feet, but just happens to kiss him while she's admiring his feet.
I think this is an entirely different situation.
Oh, yeah, true. You get what I'm getting at, though, right?
Because that's poor taste.
What do you mean?
If you've got your feet out in Sasquatch,
yeah,
no one should be necking on with you.
You can't have your feet out in Sasquatch. Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than that she's being an absolute hypocrite.
Yeah, she's being a hypocrite. What should you do about it?
I think you sentence her to chores in the kitchen.
Or you sit her down whilst you cheat on her. Watch her.
Could do that.
Make her watch.
Make her watch you cheat on her. No, I would sentence her to do all the washing up for a week, and that'll be my sentence.
I would sentence...
And this is if the house doesn't have a dishwasher. If they have a dishwasher, it's a cop out. You have to be there doing the dishes yourself.
I'm going to say she needs to do hard manual garden labour for a month.
No, that could be fun though.
It could be, but what if it's raining?
What if it's raining? Yeah. Or if it's 30 degrees out and you really want to go inside, but you gotta keep on trimming that grass, Okay, what's the next one we're getting to?
The next one we have got is... Am I in the wrong for using my hearing aids to make someone look stupid?
This sounds interesting.
I have moderate hearing loss. I lost hearing over the years with many ear-related incidents.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I wear hearing aids to hear people talk sometimes, but I mainly use them at school. When I start the school year, I told the teacher that I wear hearing aids, and they normally put me next to their desk so that I can hear them without the use of hearing aids. In one of my classes, there is a girl called Lily. Lily likes to yell at people to get them to come to her instead of getting up to talk to them. No matter who tells her to stop, she won't. The teacher has stopped trying to get her to stop a long time ago. In this class we have to take notes. Lily missed notes day and the teacher told her to find someone with notes. No one wanted to give her any, so she chose me. I was on the opposite side of the room and she began yelling. She's done this all year and it was annoying. I didn't look at her, I just kept working on other schoolwork. I wasn't going to give her special treatment because she was lazy. She has no mobility issues, she just doesn't want to walk over to other people. She kept getting louder and more frustrated that I wasn't going to her. She yelled at me for 10 minutes before she stood up and walked over to me. She was very mad at me and kept saying that it was stupid that I didn't go to her and that she shouldn't have to stand up. She very loudly asked, "What, are you deaf?" The entire class was watching us. I have no idea where the teacher was. I slowly turned to her before taking out the case that has my hearing aids in it and I made a show of putting them in. I then very loudly asked her, "What?" She got very red in the face and turned around and walked back to her seat. No one in that class knew I wore hearing aids because my hair covers them. My sister said it was mean of me to do this to her because she didn't know and I wasn't wearing my hearing aids and I could hear her because she was very loud. Am I in the wrong? No, that sounds like you got a bitch in your class.
It sounds like you dealt with it well, in my opinion. Like, I love people being petty.
Yes.
And that was the height of pettiness right there. That was great. She's chatting too loud and you shut her up. And if you did it by means that people aren't happy with, that's okay. Yeah. Because you managed to shut her up.
I think...
And she was being a distracting nuisance by some of it.
No sentences handed out here.
No. I feel like the sentence has already been given to that woman. She's had enough embarrassment as it is. There was this... Yep. There we go. The gavel's come down. Quickly,
yes.
There was some loud people at my secondary school back home in the UK. Yes. I'm not going to name any names. They're definitely not listening, but we won't name names. But one of these loud people was in my sister's class and would shout very loudly all the time. And all I remember from my sister saying is that one time she shouted across the classroom and she went to the US for a little bit. She was just like, no, she lived in New York for a little bit or something like that. It was like, oh, I didn't realise there was an X Factor in the UK. And it said stuff like that really loudly. Just dumb stuff. And I was like, are you okay?
Americans.
And no, she wasn't even American. It was weird.
It rubs off on you though, doesn't it?
It does. It was something like that.
It really does.
But it just reminded me of that situation of just people being too loud. Just get up and do it yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Don't be a menace.
Producer Kate has just sent me a picture of her new pyjamas.
How are we going to rate the pyjamas?
And they are going on
leaderboard of everything.
I'm going to put them on the leadership of everything.
The leadership of everything.
Leaderboard of everything.
Yeah, I'm going to come and look at the pyjamas. We're going to be on the same mic just for a second.
Let's see if we can find them.
Here we are. Does she know that we're rating these? Do you like my pyjamas? Okay, so producer Kate, what do we think of these? I would say a little bit blue, a little bit of white.
Is it better than Aidan Corey's nose?
Is it better than Aidan Corey's nose? That is a tough debate. That is a tough
Kate's
debate.
Pajamas or Aidan Corey's nose?
They are.
Is it better than your trim?
Oh, my trim is getting slightly better these days.
Is it better than the looks of the Lake Louise ski instructors?
No.
It's not.
Now
it's
we've
not
got
better
Ash
than
Reynolds in there, so it's not.
Is it better than the toilets in Banff?
I would say Kate's Pajamas are better than toilets in Banff.
So it's between the looks of Lake Louise ski instructors and producer Kate's Pajamas.
Producer Kate's Pajamas, they are looking good. Blue and white, not stripes, thank God. But yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
Waffle for a bit.
Yeah. So I don't know about pajamas too much, but the reason why I didn't have them above Aidan Corey's nose is because pajamas, if you don't like them, you can get rid of them, right?
What?
I'm just naturally.
If you don't like pajamas, you can get rid of them. That's pretty much everything, mate.
Exactly, but if you don't like your nose, you can't get rid of your nose.
You can. You can go to Turkey.
You go to Turkey. What do they do in Turkey?
Plastic surgery.
Oh, they do plastic surgery everywhere though, right?
Yeah,
or
but
they
you get it done cheaper in Turkey.
You get your Brazilian butt lift in Turkey.
Get your turkey teeth.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I was just told to waffle, so I started waffling. It made 0 sense.
All good.
But that's what waffle's all about. Okay.
Next one. My husband and I have been married for over 11 years. He is my best friend and he tells me I am his as well. We share almost everything with each other, even little white lies we tell other people. That was until he called me by accident on his phone. He was speaking to another male co-worker and things they were saying about women. women they work with, women who they know. My husband even said he would have sex with one of the women they were speaking about. He eventually realised I was on the phone and left work immediately to come and home and explain. He said that's not who he is, and I know who he is. He just talks that way around other men. He says every man he knows talks like that. Even men who I know I would never think of speaks that way. It doesn't make it okay. He said that, but I think it's all just lies. It's convenient he lies to all men, but tells me the truth. I don't know what to believe, or if I even really know this man. Any advice at this point would be good. Should I leave him because this is how he talks when I'm not around, or stay because of how he acts and treats me when he is in my presence?
This is a tough one.
At the end of the day, judge the man on the performances he's shown you.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what he's doing at other clubs. It's all about what he's doing at your club. You know.
Exactly.
If he's been a superstar somewhere else and isn't bringing the performances at your club, you get rid of him. But if he's been rubbish at other clubs, he's doing great at your club, you keep him.
Exactly.
You know? But I don't really know what. There is a lot of men who speak like that about women when they're all together. It does happen a lot. But I would say that you should have a conversation with him, and if he's just like, I'm not that person, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And
if
obviously
he's
apologised.
And you catch him again, that's different.
Yeah, because then it's happened again.
But
yeah.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
They do, especially in that situation.
Yes.
But what I would say, in the event he does do it again, what you do is you just say, you talk about all of the male co-workers that you have,
and how you want to
do that to them.
Get
rowdy with them. Yeah, exactly. But
there's something to be said about the conversations you end up having with your friends.
Different
can get very peculiar fairly quickly.
Yes, as what happens on this podcast every week.
Yes.
We don't plan to say some of the stuff we do; it just comes out.
And for example, sometimes that stuff could get. Yeah, I can see where he's coming from, but again, it is a bit rogue, and you shouldn't be talking about.
Yes, please.
Women like that.
Yeah,
it's not really nice.
Horrible man.
Yeah.
But I think we've come up with a good ruling there.
Yes.
If she gets to do it to him.
Yeah.
If that happens. Yeah.
Cool. Now, Tron, have you got a piece of advice for the listeners to close this episode out?
Oh, you're leaving it up to me. So my advice this week would be... What would my advice be?
Do you have one? If not, I can think of one.
No, I'm going to get one. You do yours first, and then I will come up with a lovely closing advice.
My advice is that sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you need to not do what you need to not do.
Okay.
But it's hard to know which.
My advice for this week, I'm going to leave it on a very high note, is that was disturbing. If you feel sick in the slightest, and you know it's not doing that well,
go to the doctor. Don't do what Tron has done and had a cough for about a month and a half.
Yeah, don't leave a cold that wasn't going and then wonder why you get an ear infection.
And don't be bedbound for a few days. If you're ill, go to the fucking doctor.
Yes, that is my piece of advice. And the other piece of advice is don't ski men's downhill one day after a race weekend,
unless you are a World Cup racer.
Exactly. Then you're welcome to. Any last thoughts for you, Tom? Or is that wrap?
Ski fast,
eat arse. Eat arse, yeah.
See you next week.
3, 2